Hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, Health Fitness Program Manager from McLean. Let me just make sure everything is streaming properly. Real scared there. Got real scared there, everyone, but things are looking good. Let's do this HIIT class. We've got 5 different rounds that we're going to get through. We're going for super Tabata options today. So that means 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. You're going to probably need to use a variety of different weights. So even consider as we're going through the workout, that you might need to drop your weight down, perhaps even during a set. Let's move a little forwards and backwards. And I really want you to be swinging your arms a little bit or just warming up those arms a little. I hope that you had an amazing weekend. I know I got into some good stuff, some great fitness related things. My body is a little bit tired, so we're mostly doing a stretching workout today. My arm's a little bit tired, but this workout is for you. So keep marching back and forth like 2 more times or staying in your place. And then let's go ahead and warm up our shoulders a little bit more with some version of a jumping jack. Inhaling those arms all the way up overhead and then down by your side. You can actually be jumping or you can just be stepping. Mostly, I really just want you to think about arms all the way up and arms all the way down with control, little engagement of your abdominal core. Things are looking real dark in here today. Slow, move forward, move against the light. Awesome. Let's keep this up for about 15 more seconds. I just felt very step into the light, Caroline. But I, Jessica, will step into the light for 3, 2, 1. We're going to turn it up towards the front and then out towards the side. I know I'm the worst. Let's just get 4 more of these. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Roll your shoulders down and back. Stretch your fingers down towards the floor. Take a moment, decompress your shoulders. And let's turn it into a little bit of a row and a glute kickback. You can really point your knee down towards the floor to even get that nice stretch into your quads. We're definitely going to do some lunges today where I'm encouraging you to focus on your quads even more. Let's get 4 more on each side. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Go ahead, bring your feet together, bend your knees, inhale your arms all the way up overhead. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your right hand down to the side. Find a big reach over with your left hand to the right. Don't let that left shoulder come forward. So keep that left shoulder back, 2 shoulders in one line, 2 hips in one line. Reach and stretch. Squeeze your glutes, hips forward is going to help you stay in a straight line. Inhale, lift yourself up. Really grounding through your heels. Stretch up from your waist, shoulders away from your ears. Left fingers come down by your side. So you're decompressing your left shoulder. Use your inhale to find a lift from your waist. Glutes are squeezed, hips forward. And exhale as you reach your right hand fingers over to the left. Again, no collapsing down towards the floor. So shoulder blades squeeze towards each other like you're pressing the back of your hands, back of your arms against an imaginary wall behind you. Your hips can shift to the left. 1 more big breath. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale, lift yourself up. Awesome. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. We're getting into our first set. Gonna see if turning this light around helps at all. Okay, we've got biceps first. Remember, we're working in 40-second intervals. Our first round of bicep curls are just going to be standard bicep curls, all the way up, all the way down. I want you to challenge yourself though. So use that heavier weight, maybe heavier than you want to start, but that you know you can do. I mean, we're being smart for ourselves. So you're doing what you know you can do. I was actually terrible with the lighting. Okay. Um, let's start in 3, 2, 1 with those bicep curls. Find a place to keep your feet quiet. Oh, Awesome. So we want to try not to like move around too much. She said like literally as she moved. I know. Elbows stay close by your side. There can be a slight soft bend in your knee. We're not overarching our back and glutes behind us either, because that can mean that the weight is too heavy for you. So that slight bend in the knee, maybe a little bit of a tuck of your pelvis even. Wrists stay in line with your forearms also. So you don't want to be curling up and then boop, making a plank with your wrist. That was round one. Now you can stick with that move, or we're going to change it into a hammer curl and a twist. This is going to be more on your forearm. Your elbows still by your side. You draw up with your palms facing in, rotate hands down, release all the way to your thighs, and then rotate again. Ready? So shoulders down and back. Here we go. We're drawing up towards the shoulders, then turning the wrist still in line with forearms, lowering down. If you find that you're getting a big curl in your wrist, perhaps drop to a lighter weight. Oop. I'm going to drop to a lighter weight to just keep moving smart and safe with this one. It is definitely a bit harder finding this rotation and bringing it down. Notice my wrist was doing some weird things. You're just going at the pace that's right for you, just keeping this continuous movement. Shake it off. Next up, we're going to go for some W curls. So elbows out wide to the side, full range of motion, all the way up and all the way down. In a 3, 2, 1. There you go. Elbows still by your side. Find that full range of motion. I'm gonna turn some other lights on. I know, I just told you, don't move around, and I'm moving around. I am a hypocrite. Are you finding your full range of motion? Bringing it all the way down. We want to make sure that we're not just stopping at the top. Still breathe in, and you're squeezing using your biceps. Nice. All right, next up, we're going to do one arm at a time. So you can stay right here with this heavier weight. I'm going to switch to a slightly lighter weight, maybe move a little bit faster, making sure those wrists don't bend too much. Shoulders down and back, find a place, plant your feet. Maybe they're side by side or staggered, but here we go. Now, while you're separating these arms, anyone can just wing their arms side to side. You know, here I go without my biceps engaging. Here I go with those biceps engaging. It's a little bit slower, more intentional, but you're going to get more out of it. You actually work to engage the muscle. If you're not sure what that feels like, press your hand against the weight as it lifts and see how that was a little bit more challenging. Yeah, to like squeeze a little bit more around your upper arm. We're almost there. This is our last bicep move. Yay! Arms relaxed down by your side. Oh. Next, we have triceps. Go ahead, release the weights from your hands for a second. Grab some water. Life. Here we go. Awesome. Just that quick little sip of water. Next up, we're going to go for tricep bench arm extensions. I'm going to use 2 different weights for this tricep circuit, particularly because I'm being smart and safe for my body today. We're going to start off with this heavier weight for round 1. Awesome. So shoulders roll down and back. We're going to take a bend in the knees, hinging at the hips. So belly starting to come towards thighs. You're going to roll your elbows back. Keep your arms glued by your side and just extend through your forearms. And they might tremble. Let's get that started in 3, 2, 1. Great. We're not going to stay in this hinged position the whole time. We're going to stand up after this, but I want you to find some length through the crown of your head. So find a spot in front of you, like diagonally forward for your eyes, so that your chin is neutral to your chest, not tucked down towards your chest. There's lots of length from your tailbone to your spine. You can really bend your knees too to have your belly as a table. Weight is in your heels. We've got just a couple seconds left right here. Shoulders away from your ears. Maybe pulse it out for 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Elbows in, press through your heels, stand yourself up. We're going to do one arm at a time for tricep extensions. I'm going to switch to a lower weight. I know that's going to help me keep my upper arm bicep by the ear. And I also like to even just bring my hand to my chest, to the top of the pec for a little bit more control. Awesome. I'll kneel down so you can see. Kneeling down is also an option. We are starting to lower your center of gravity to be on the floor, whether both knees are down on the floor. I'm in a 90 degree angle, so I'm also getting a nice little stretch. Biceps staying close by the ears, finding that full range of motion, extending up through the pinky, nice and controlled. One time on each side. Yay. Awesome. Lower that arm down. I'm just going to switch my leg that's on the floor. I've got my right foot forward, shoulders roll down and back, extending a left arm up towards the ceiling. Whole new arm, whole new side of the body. So you might find you need an even lighter weight. We're going to bend the elbow, bicep stays by the ear. Ooh, weight comes behind your head, and then extend up nice and high. This is a great time to tell you about the 50 pounds of cucumbers that I purchased at the farmer's market a couple blocks away this weekend, and I carried them back myself. Yes, I did. I am amazing. You know all the times that I'm saying that we are doing these workouts so that we can carry our groceries back in one trip. I did not anticipate that I would be purchasing 50 pounds of cucumbers from the farmer. Woo, my traps are tired, but you know what? I was ready for it. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. And if you're local, take a break and you want to chat with me or taste all my cucumbers, you can do that. Next up, coming back to a straight arm tricep extension from that hinge. So soles of the feet on the floor, bending your knees, shoulders away from ears. With your arms straight, you're going to exhale. Lift your arm up and release it back down to the floor. Hello, I see a bug on the floor. A bug, I'm going to have to murder you. Sorry. And back to the workout. So I'm using that full length of the exhale here. Just pause for a little bit longer with those arms back behind me. Maybe you even add a little bit of a pulse. We're down to the last 10 seconds. Ooh, that was a win. A little pulse and then back down. Last one. Awesome. Bend through your knees, press the soles of your feet, stand up. All right, next up, we're going to go for some short lunges. Oh my gosh, my glutes. So that we can focus on the quads. This short lunge is a real burn. You will think of me tomorrow. And hi. Okay. So instead of stepping your foot all the way back, you can even keep your foot narrow. Think towards your hips, staying in one line, and we're going to bring that back knee down really close to your ankle. We're still pressing up through that front leg. So if you want, you can hold on to a weight. I suggested maybe holding on to a weight. I'm going to hold on to some really light weights. Because you know what? Still working harder than not having any weights. And here's the fun thing. We're going to do the same leg twice in a row. So you can choose whichever leg you start with. I got my left leg forward, right leg back. We start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So that back knee is coming close to your ankle. You're pressing up through your front heel. That front glute is firing up. Now you can make this as HIIT as you want, you know, so you can be going for some like high reps, or you can be keeping things nice and slow. Because I promise you, just getting a couple of these in, you're still going to remember me tomorrow. We got 3 more seconds. 2, 1. Which leg is front? Mine's the left leg. We're going to bring that left leg back again in a second. But for now, I'm just going to shake it out as much as possible. Even bringing weight to like your outer pinky toes and edge of the foot. Just shake your whole leg out. All right, set yourself up again because we start in 3, 2, 1. Belly in. So your core is engaged to help you balance. You're just pushing up through that front heel. And your weight's in the front heel too. And that's also what's keeping that knee like maybe coming a little towards the toe, maybe a little forward. Even. It's okay. We got less than 10 seconds. This is the last time on this leg. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We're going to switch to the opposite leg. We're halfway through our entire workout. Okay. Left leg steps behind you. Be careful. I know that left leg is already tired. Right foot planted, right heel down. Here we go. Left knee comes close to that right ankle. Press through your right heel to lift. Woo! Stay strong. We're more than halfway through this circuit. Relax your shoulders. I know mine were starting to creep on up. For 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Shake it out. We got one more round. We'll grab some water and get a little inner thighs. Same foot forward. Same foot forward as you had this last time. Last side. Last round. 3, 2. Here we go. That back knee coming close to your heel, pressing through that front foot still. Nothing else has changed, except that we're almost done, which is so exciting. We passed halfway just now. I want you to challenge yourself here. Just set a pace and stay continuous in your pace, however fast or slow it is. You've got 5 seconds left. Keep your eyes focused. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Ooh, put the weights down for a moment. Let's grab a quick sip of water again, or find stillness and breath. Both are great ways to recover. Also, when you're drinking, you're presumably breathing in through your nose. When you slow your exhale down, it's going to start to slow your heart rate down. It's going to make you feel a little bit more relaxed. It's not time to relax just yet, though. I'm going to set my feet back so you can see my feet. Awesome. Next up, we've got some goblet squats. So feet are wide. My feet are wider than shoulder width distance apart, and they're pointing out towards the side. You're going to lower yourself down while your pelvis is tucked under. So you're not coming down so that your chest is coming to the floor and your glutes are coming behind you. You're coming down with your pelvis tucked under so that your shoulders stay stacked on top of your hips. They stay stacked, I know. So maybe you don't get to go quite as low while really working to externally rotate your knees and thighs from your hips as opposed to internally rotating those knees and thighs. Great thing to think about, really finding that external rotation. We wasted some quality time. If you want to hold on to a weight, I'm going to grab a nice heavy weight. We start in 3, 2, 1. And we're just going up and down. Right. Pelvis is tucked. We're just going down, pressing through your heels and lifting up and keeping this weight close by my chest so that I can keep that chest nice and lifted and as in line as possible. And it's totally normal if you're not quite as in line as me. Maybe you're more in line. Maybe your knees are all the way in line. Awesome. Send me a picture. I want to see it. I just want to see that you're doing something wherever you're at. If you're really having trouble finding this, let's also chat. Let's do an assessment. Let me find some moves that will help you find this mobility. Great news. Round one of that is done. Next up, we're going to get a little bit of a heel raise. So we're going to start with one heel raised. Ball of the foot on the floor. You're still going to come down and press up big time through the other heel and the ball of this foot a little bit. Here we go. We're going to get half on one side. Woo, so that pelvis is still delightfully tucked under, even though I turned to face you. I'm facing you so that we can switch it up and get the other side in 3, 2, 1. At the top, plant your foot down, lift the other heel up, set yourself up, and begin. Different side. Woo. I had to adjust my step a teeny bit for this opposite side. We're just doing our best. Pelvis is still really tucked under, trying not to spill too much water out of the pelvic bowl. We did it. Awesome. Take a second, take a break. I'm just going to keep my hands here because it's the most comfortable for a moment. Okay. Next up, we're going to come on down. We're going to lift heels at the bottom. So coming down with feet, heels on the floor, soles flat. Here we go. Coming on down. You're either lifting one heel and then pressing up, or you're lifting both heels and then returning them to the floor before you press up. I'm just going to get a little bit of each, a little variety, single, double, single, because with challenge comes change. So you don't have to keep doing something that is so hard, or if it's really frustrating, where can you be today? Maybe your heel barely lifts off the floor, but you're just creating the intention of using your thigh, your quad, your inner thigh a little bit more to just make that motion happen. Yes. Okay. Good news, bad news. We got one more round. We're going to hit the floor after this, but for abs, we're coming on down, and we're going to stay down there. We're going to pulse, or we're just going to stay down there. Maybe we're just going to move our feet. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Come on down into your squat. We're going to stay here as long as you can stay here. Maybe a little one foot, other foot action, both feet action. When you are getting so tired that you cannot even, return both of those feet to the floor and press yourself up. Woo, take a breath and then come on back down. Maybe you're just like pulsing with control, a little up, a little down. Well, things are getting real sweaty here. We got about 10 seconds left. Can you keep going through these 10 seconds? I'm going to do it with you. Let's do it. Challenge yourself. Try and smile. Yes! Press through your heels. Shake it off. Ooh. All right. We're going to make our way down to the floor. I'm sweating. I hope maybe you are too. We're going to bring some weights to the floor. I'm going to bring my delightful fives because we got some lat pullovers. So I don't want my weight to be too heavy. Also, I carry 50 pounds of cucumbers. My shoulders are very tired. Last circuit of moves. We're going to start with some dead bugs. Easy breezy dead bugs. So lay down on your back with your knees bent. One arm is going to stay up to the sky. If you want, you can even press that arm that's not going to move against your thigh for a little bit extra challenge. Keeping your arm straight and your knee bent, we're just going to tap the same side overhead and then pull it right back up and over. Again, some nice work into our lats, into the low abs. So keep your low back on the floor. We start in 3, 2, 1. Chin is touching. No, I lied. Chin is not touching your chest, but it is gently tucked so that the back of your neck is down on the floor. I'm moving my right arm and right leg. So my left hand is either pressing against the right thigh to really make sure the back stays down on the floor, or if you know your back is staying down on the floor, you can just raise that other hand towards the sky. So there's more on you and your abs to brace as opposed to using your hand against your thigh to help you find that engagement of your abs. You got to do it yourself. Awesome. Take a moment, take a break. You can return everything to the floor. We're going to get the opposite side, same move. So as you're ready, return your legs to tabletop, low back down on the floor, whole new side of the body. So maybe you want this right hand pressing against your left thigh while you, with a 90-degree angle in your leg, find this big tap. Here we go. Timer has started. Nice and controlled. As quiet as you can, tapping this weight overhead, but really working slow, maybe slowing down as it gets closer to the floor even to actually find this full range of motion and tap. We're getting a great lat pullover, working that big muscle down your back. Almost there, almost there. Keep your low back down on the floor. Remember, you do have the option to float your arm. Great. Feet down, arms down. Next up, I do believe we're moving both at the same time. Both at the same time. So if you can, arms extend, the legs can stay bent. Otherwise, you're just going to alternate one side and the other. You can even cross combine. So maybe begin, maybe right leg and left leg. Maybe everything is extending at once. You can even extend those legs. Oops, I do not have room. Nice and straight. Still making sure that your low back stays on the floor, taking any modifications that you need to. Maybe that means arms come up overhead and then your legs tap down on the floor because you're really focusing on working those abs, but making this bigger movement a little bit more in control for you today. Awesome. Take a break. Next, I'm going to suggest a little hollow body hold even. So if you are able to get those legs nice and straight, straightening the legs all the way, pausing for a moment, and then bringing it all the way back in. So just a little extra pause. I would have picked my head up off the floor, but I'm so tired. I cannot. So I'm just keeping my head on the floor, extending arms and legs, keeping low back on the floor. I start with my head off of the floor, but low back still on the floor. I do not really have space. So I'm just going to go for that same move we were doing in round 3. The last move of the day. Awesome. Release the soles of the feet to the floor. Bring the backs of your arms, your triceps down to the mat, and relax your weight on the floor. Open your feet nice and wide. Take a big windshield wipe of your legs, right and left, right and left. Big stretch happening on the outer thighs, hips, low back. Keep moving. Come back to slowing your breath down, making your exhale longer than your inhale, helping you feel as relaxed as possible. And when you're ready, we're going to roll on over and come into tabletop. From tabletop, you can give yourself a couple of cat-cows. Maybe you can look down at your mat. I'm making up words and see a sweat mark. Yay! Sweat marks. Awesome. Let's make sure we get a quick little stretch into the quads. So go ahead, press yourself up, bring your right foot forward. Great, we totally have time. Right foot forward. I've got my 2 legs in a 90 degree angle. Pushing that back, left knee down towards the floor. You can start to feel a stretch. Ooh, my legs are trembling. In the left hip, left quad. If you don't feel it enough, ooh, you can always shift your hips forward a little bit more. If you're looking for more of the quad, ooh, you can even bend that back knee up. I can't even reach my foot today. I'm so tight, but I still feel that quad engaging a little bit more. Oh, there it is. Just having tried to reach for that foot behind me. One more big breath wherever you are. And then exhale, carefully release. Awesome. Let's switch those legs around. Right knee comes down to the floor. Left foot comes forward into that 90 degree angle, pressing that back shin to the floor, top of the foot. Ooh, that feels so good on the right hip, right quad. If you need more, wiggle your foot forward, maybe shift a little bit more forward. If you still need more, bending that back knee, reaching up towards the back knee. I know I switched hands that I twisted with on this time, but you could absolutely have earbud twisted in the other direction. So feel free to play around, have some fun. Awesome. Carefully release your foot back to the floor if you lifted it. Bring both hands forward towards your left foot. Tuck your right toe under. Step both feet forward. Inhale into a nice half lift. Exhale down into a forward fold. Big stretch into your hamstrings. Take a moment. Shake your head. Yes. Shake your head. No. And then weight in your heels. Slowly, gently roll yourself up. Roll your shoulders down and back. Take a big inhale. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, relax your arm down. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Stretch your knuckles down to the floor. Big stretch into your chest. Bring your hands away from your glutes. And then release. Give yourself a big hug. Ooh. You can even enhance the rounding in your back here in this big hug. Check out which arm is on top. Open your arms all the way nice and wide. Give yourself another really big hug. Awesome. Inhale, lift your chest. Open your arms wide one more time. And exhale, relax them down by your side. Stretch your fingers down to the floor, shoulders down and back, getting that decompression. And you did it. Awesome. That was a great workout. I hope that you're feeling good. I have a feeling you're going to feel some of those moves tomorrow. So make sure that you stay hydrated, move around a little bit today. It's going to help you feel better. If you still need more, come back on Friday for some yin or check out one of our previously recorded classes. I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful day, everyone.